Hey family, this is Christina.
And Kaden.
And we know that it's been a while since we've made a video, but hubby and I have been grinding. So last time we paid off $120,000 worth of debt in 2 years. And so we set another goal for ourselves, which was to
save $100,000 by the end of 2019.
And we have surpassed our goal. And so So today we wanted to share some very helpful tips that helped us to accomplish our goal. So that first step, as I mentioned, was super helpful, was us paying off all of our debt. So we paid off our credit cards, we paid off our cars, we paid off student loans, we paid off our wedding. So by paying off all our debt, we were able to start from a clean slate. And if you're interested in finding out more about how we paid off all of our debt, check out our YouTube video.
We'll probably link it to the top. But one of the big things about paying off your debt, especially high interest credit card loans, is that when you're paying out about 15, 20, some people 25% in interest, you don't really realize how much money is actually going out and how much that is preventing you from building wealth. And if you look at it, not only you're paying out 25%, but you aren't able to make, let's say, less 10% on your money or 8%, however you want to classify the market return, the average return. And so that's almost 30% that you're dinged when you have high interest credit cards debt. And so that is a must to do first if you want to build wealth really quickly. Even if you say, okay, I want to save while having my car payment or something like that, at least get rid of your high interest debt if you want to build wealth.
And that's money that's not going into someone else's pocket, but money that could be coming into your pocket that you can invest.
Exactly. And so the second thing, and that's probably obvious, the paying off debt. The second thing is adopt a low consumption lifestyle. So even one of the things that worked out really well for us to be able to save the $100,000, obviously more than that now, but to hit our goal of saving at least our first $100,000 was adopting a similar low consumption lifestyle to we have when we was going out of debt. And so yes, there are a lot of things that we did do after we got out of debt that we may not have done while we were in debt. For example, they call millennials the latte generation. I personally, during the summertime, loves an iced caramel swirl, cream, no sugar, and so from Dunkin' Donuts. But I cut that out while we were paying off our debt. I did adopt that back, even in our low consumption lifestyle, but we still didn't get back cable and other amenities that we may have had or wanted before we really got serious about paying off our debt. And that really helped to skyrocket us and able to save that $100,000 soon after we got out of debt.
Yeah, and it's not easy. Once again, it goes back to this concept of discipline. So thinking about why you are cutting back, why you are having a low consumption lifestyle, and that really helps to keep you focused on achieving your goals. And so another thing that was super helpful was having a side hustle, multiple side hustles. I love tutoring math, and I love consulting. So I definitely got some tutoring and consulting jobs and used the money, that extra money, to invest into our other accounts.
Yeah, so we're living in Boston,
right,
where you will find probably executive directors or executives at companies probably driving Uber because it's that expensive to live here. Getting a side hustle is so important because we can all use the extra revenue, especially when you're trying to build wealth. One of the things, if you're probably making six figures in a city other than Boston, probably LA, what else is super expensive?
San Francisco.
New York City. There are some cities where six figures probably won't even carry you that far. And there might be some cities where it can. But getting a side hustle is so important for most of us.
Yeah. And our next step was to automate our savings. This is so important for me because when I don't see it, I don't spend it.
Yeah, no. Which, funny enough, we were actually having a conversation this morning maybe about saving more for our house that we're trying to buy. And I was like, oh, we'll just leave it in there, and then, whenever we have to put a down payment, sign it over. And my wife was like, nope, we are not doing that. Not gonna work for me. Automatic savings and automating your savings is truly one way to make sure you discipline yourself. Because many of us, including myself sometimes, if you see it, you spend it.
Yep.
So one of the things that is crucial to build wealth is to make sure that your money is earning interest. And one of the ways that you can do that is obviously investing in different things. You can invest in real estate, so housing. You can invest in real estate like stocks. You can invest in the stock market, your 401k, Roth IRAs, any other forms of investments out there. But in order to build wealth, you really have to be earning interest on your money. And that has been super crucial for us because even at $100,000 now, or like I said, $100,000 or greater, but just using that $100,000 number, if you get a 10% return on that annually the first year, that is $10,000 that you're able to save. Many of us can't even think or comprehend saving $10,000 in a year, but your money is able to grow because of a 10% compound interest. So that's so important to make sure you invest the money that you have. And
when you invest, your money works for you. It's passive income. So you're not out here spending your time to make the money. Your money's sitting there and just growing and growing by itself. So investing was probably one of the most important ways that we were able to hit our $100,000 goal.
Yeah, no, like our accounts had like about a 15% rate of return, which was phenomenal. And sometimes when we checked it, it was like there were one point where we didn't necessarily think we would hit our goal and thought that the goal was a ridiculous high amount. But then when we saw how much money we earned through our investments, it was like we can actually do this. So needless to say, we probably would not have been able to hit the goal if we weren't investing, as crazy as that sounds.
Absolutely. And finally, know your why.
It is said that personal finance is 80% behavior and 20% head knowledge. It's important for us to be able to motivate ourselves to achieve our goal. So if your goal is to save a 6 figures or 7 figures, or whatever you desire, you really need to know why you want to do it. Maybe you're someone that enjoys traveling, but have previously experienced that while you're on vacation, you're stressed out because you know that you have to pay for that trip when you get back. And so maybe you want to travel with a clear mind. That may be your why. Maybe you have a child and you want to secure their financial future. That may be your why. Each of us will be motivated by something different, but you need to find what is the reason and what is the thing that motivates me to hit my goals. And that will allow you to be successful in whatever you're doing, whether it's building wealth, paying off debt, or some other endeavor that you're trying to achieve.
And in this video, we just wanted to share a few tips about how we were able to accomplish our second goal of saving $100,000. And so first step was getting out of debt.
Second step, adopt a low consumption lifestyle.
Third, get you a side hustle.
Fourth, make sure you are saving automatically.
5, invest. Make your money work for you.
And 6, but not least, know your why.
And so, Upcoming, we would love to share our next goals and how we accomplish them so that you can join us on this wealth journey.
And I know that nothing we shared today was rocket science, but it's so important to understand. It's about managing our behavior and having a strategy to accomplish our goals. So love you, and remember, live your best life.